Hello and welcome to this Spiritfall demo. I'm Connor, one of the team here at Gentle Giant, and today I'm going to be playing a bit of the game and showing you what Spiritfall has in store for you. So without further ado, let's begin. So here we are playing the start of the game, the intro. We'll have a little tutorial section and we'll find out a wee bit more about the story. The perennial flame has made its choice. An unremarkable vessel. Your ability to sustain the old fire is questionable. Nonetheless, you'll be granted this chance. We are the divine spirits, chosen to guide and protect this realm. Our powers have been diminishing ever since the Great Gate closed. One hope remains. Take this mask and use it to restore our strength. Now go, venture to the brink, unseal the gate by any means necessary. So here we are in the Sanctum. This is the hub area. It's looking a little bit of a mess at the moment, but we are going to be going through a light tutorial here. Pretty standard, press A to jump. We have a dash ability as well, so you'll be able to dash through your hazards. This is really just teaching you the basic movement. While airborne, press A to air jump, so we can air jump there, and we can jump up here as well. And of course, you can drop through passable platforms too. And here we have our first weapon. This is the Battle Hammer Axe, and I'll show you what we can do with it. So Spiritfall is heavily inspired by platform fighters when it comes to its combat. So you'll see things here on the top left of the screen. We've got a neutral attack that we can do. We can do neutral attacks on the ground and neutral attacks in the air. We can have side attacks with slightly more direction to them, and we can do them in the air as well, if I can get it right. There we go. We can do up attacks, and we can do up air attacks as well. And then of course we've got down and an air down, which is more of a smash. So that's your kind of basic attacks there. We've also got the hold for a launcher. You can charge up a launcher and you can fling your enemies in any directions. I fired up there. You can do the same down, but there is directional input. You can swap sides, you can aim up and down, you can do whatever you like. And of course we have a bolt as well, a kind of ranged magic ability. And there we go, that's the basic combat tutorial, and I think it's time that we can start our first run of the game. So this first section is the outskirts, a kind of desert wasteland with all types of enemies in it. This is our first, a little rat creature, a vermin. And you can see here that when you defeat an enemy for the first time, the enemy gets added into the codex. You can see there, vermin. Attempts have been made in the past to reduce their numbers due to the outbreak of various diseases they'd spread. If it was almost impossible back then, the chances of doing so now that they're infected by the blight are exceedingly tenuous. So you'll hear more about the enemies in the game. They each have their own kind of lore sheet, and you'll add more to that. But you'll see here that a spirit blessing has been dropped, and we'll see what we can get from there. So our first spirit blessing belongs to the Spirit Salesh, a flaming phoenix bird. And you can see here that we've got 3 blessings to choose from. So you've got Scorching Attack, which is epic, which is quite nice at the start. Your attack deals more damage and inflicts burn on enemies for 4 seconds. We've also got Scorching Bolt. The bolt becomes a flamethrower rather than the sort of blue missile. We've got a flamethrower that damages enemies and inflicts burn for 5 seconds. The closer enemies receive more hits. And then of course we've also got a Scorching Launcher as well. So your launcher deals more damage and inflicts 2 stacks of burn on enemies for 5 seconds. I think I can't really turn down the epic blessing here, so I'm going to go with that. and a portal opens to take us onto the next room. Now, what you've got here is you now have the map. We allow people to see the entirety of the map, all the way up to the top where we progress and we can take on bosses. But this allows you to plan your routes. It's quite a nice way of doing it. You get to look at what sort of build you want to do throughout your runs. And you see here we've got a mixture of a relic chest or a vitality crest. I like the sound of a relic chest first, so let's go there. So, here in the game, you've got various enemies. We're fighting a lot of vermin at the moment, so they're the sort of first basic enemy that you'll encounter. But very quickly, you'll see more enemies being added into the mix. I'm just going through and trying my best. Let's see, maybe performance anxiety will get the better of me in this stream. But there we go. And what you'll see here is a Statue of Meta, which offers two of the kind of main currencies in the game. We do have a couple of currencies that you'll use to upgrade your weapons, upgrade various rooms, and upgrade your own skill set. I think for now, though, I'm going to pick up this. This is a combat rune. And of course I can also get my reward from the chests. These chests contain relics that also upgrade, they're run specific, so you'll only have them throughout the course of one run. But this one here increases my health by 30 and also gives me a bonus to my launcher damage, so I will take that just now. And you can see there in the codex that we have codex pages for everything. We've got enemies, resources, relics. You'll see the resources there. We've just picked up a combat rune, and we'll be able to reinforce our weapons with a combat rune there. So, on to the next, and we've got a choice between Solesh and Navalik. And I think, because we've already seen Solesh, we'll go with Navalik. Here we have another enemy, a Dune Hopper. So we've got to be careful with these guys, because they have a big kick on them. So we'll keep on going there. Boom. Nice, and we'll see what spirit blessings Navalik has. So, again, we're getting rewarded here. We've got an epic to start, the Voltaic Blink Dash. Your dash teleports you a set distance and damages nearby enemies. You become electrified for 2 seconds. Not all blessings are directly associated to your combat. They don't just improve like stat increases for damage. You also get things like increased movement speed, and then you have a shock absorber there. When you're hit, advance all cooldown times and become electrified for 5 seconds. That's another good one if you want to like use your abilities more often. I'm leaning towards the dash though. I can't really turn down an epic, so we'll go with a electric dash, and I will show you that in the next room. We'll see. Let's go for another Solesh ability. So we've got our dash here. You can see that it's now electrified, and it also does damage if I land on certain enemies. And we've also noticed that in the bottom of the screen you'll see a combo meter that is slowly ticking up. The more combos I land, the better I'm playing. So we'll see how high we can get it in this playthrough. Again, we'll collect another Spirit Blessing and see what we have to offer. So we've got Scorching Launcher. Your launcher deals more damage and inflicts 2 stacks of burn. With Spread Fire. So when you slay burned enemies, they pass their burn stacks to nearby enemies as well as deal area damage. We also have the Wings of Flame, so we get +1 air jump. When you air jump, you spread Wings of Fire that deal damage, and I'm definitely going to go for that one. And before I go into the next room, this is what that looks like. So I can now triple jump effectively, and each time I do that, I've got flaming wings, which is really cool. So that is the benefit of having Solesh on side. We've got another enemy here. We've got a Slab Roller, probably a heavy hitter. And if you're good, you can flip them upside down. There we go. So the rat enemies here, we've got a good mix. So like rat enemies need to be able to fire projectiles, but if you get too close, they will try and bite you as well. Got to be careful with these guys. Boom. And here we are collecting dust. So this is like the in-run currency, which we'll be able to spend actually, because we're about to go into a celestial exchange, which is the shop. So our shop is looked after by our helpful little shopkeeper. We don't understand what the shopkeeper's saying quite yet. We'll maybe find out at some point. But yeah, maybe could be giving us really helpful advice. You can see here that we want to increase, we've got 3 items in the shop that we can pick from, and we can spend celestial dust on. We've got a blessing from one of the spirits that we've not met yet, but that's a little bit expensive at this point. We also have the ability to increase our max health, and we also have some health that we can buy, which is nice. So we can increase overall max health, or we can just have our health increased. So that's how you can heal. We think that that's maybe a bit more interesting and makes you think a bit more about what you want to spend your money on than a potion, for example. It was one of our kind of earlier thoughts. Right, so we are now going to look. We've already seen Navalik. I think it's time that we introduce ourselves to another one of the spirits. And we'll see what rewards they've got. Oh, got kicked a belter there. And you can see that sometimes when the rats, the rats can change from their ranged to their melee relatively quickly. And if you take a little bit long trying to charge up your launcher, which I've just done a couple of times, you'll notice that they can catch you out. You'll also notice that we have an elite rat on screen at the moment. So this is one of the elite vermin, and they have a different moveset, they have different projectiles, and they also, and you've just seen me do it there, they also have a slight change to their moveset to catch you off guard. So it's not just buffed enemies, they also have slightly different movement to catch you out. There we go. So we're going to collect this Spirit Blessing now, and we've got some good options. We've got Mishved, so this is the Mishved, the Ice Bear. We can get Blizzard Bomb Bolt. Your bolt is an ice bomb that explodes on contact or after 1.5 seconds. Enemies damaged are inflicted with frost for 7 seconds. We also have a Freezing Launcher, which will upgrade the launcher with frost damage. And we also have Cooled Down, which all of your cooldown speeds are faster. And I kind of want to have a bit more Spirit Blessings in my arsenal, so I'm going to select the Blizzard Bomb Bolt here. And you'll see that when I throw it, it bounces and then bursts into shards of ice right at the end. Looks like we've got some more dust to collect next. So we'll see how we go with that. Oh. And they always catch me out with that. So another thing I'll show you, which is quite cool, is our launcher ability and wall splat damage. If I can actually get a hit in, guys. Vermin really aren't helping me do this play. So, yeah, you can smack enemies off walls and they will take damage from the wall splats as well. We can also jump up walls if we like. We can wall jump. And we can hang off, and that allows us to get some pretty good combo flows and smashes down. Let's go with the Ice Bomb. And here is another one of our enemies, another big boy. We've got the Scorpion here. The Scorpion can launch projectiles that explode after a certain point, and they also do a hell of a lot of damage with that tail. And we have another option for a statue of Meta. So we'll choose this one, a Dormant Ember. That'll be what we pick. And we get even more dust. Hopefully we can buy something in the shop up the top there. Let's go with Navalik. We've got 2 Celesh spirits. We've got blessings even. We've got one from the bear, Mishved. And we'll get 2 from Navalik before we continue. So, last boss there, and you can see that as we're going throughout the rooms that we're getting more and more enemies coming in. Our bolts on cooldown, there we go. Nice. And I'm hoping that I can get to the first boss. Let's see if my gameplay is up to the standard. So the nice thing about it as well is that like enemies can overlap, so they all sit on the same kind of plane. So if 2 vermin are on top of each other, you can charge up your launcher and fire them in all directions. We think that adds to the fun carnage of it. So here we go, Navalik. So we've got different blessings here that are less focused on changing, like, you know, our attack or our launcher or our bolt. Lightning strike is an option, so electricity drops from above, dealing damage. Touch it to become electrified for 6 seconds and create a blast that deals double the damage. That sounds extremely powerful. Adrenaline rush, you have bonus damage and movement speed for 5 seconds after slaying an enemy. That's a good one. And overcharge, when you get a stack of electrified while already having 5 stacks, unleash a shockwave around you. I think for this one I'm going to go with lightning strike, which is another one of our kind of assist abilities there. So this is not something that changes with the weapon, it's something that instead can call a bolt down from the spirits to help you out. A spirit assist. And we now have some money to spend. Now, we do have quite a lot of money, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy a luminous gem. So a luminous gem is an item that allows you to upgrade and kind of power up a blessing that you already have. So we see here that we can increase the attack damage on our scorching attack from 45 to 60. We can increase the damage from our dash from 28 to 37, and our wings of flame, we can even add more damage to the double jump, the wings that we're using. I think I'm gonna choose the Voltaic Blink Dash. I do like it a lot. I will also grab some more health because I was running a little bit low there. You can see there that the shop's background can also change over time. And now, I believe, we're going to take on the boss fight. So here we are standing in the ruins of somewhere that you may discover on your own journey. So it is true then, the perennial flame has been rekindled. I know what you're trying to do. No matter, you cannot stop us. You're just a pawn, nameless and expendable. Here, let me show you. So here we are, the first boss of the game, and the Enduring Sentry, and she can pack a punch, to say the least. She has a wide variety of movesets, and this is kind of more like 1v1 platform fighter-esque boss fights. We wanted to have a bit of a mix in there. And of course she's got armour as well, she's got a shield. And I've been caught out completely. That is not what I intended to happen there. And you'll notice that we're back at the Sanctum. So the Sanctum's changed a little bit and we're speaking to Tip. Heh, I knew it. I knew you'd come. Welcome to the Sanctum. The name's Tip. I'm the Sanctum's caretaker. It's a pleasure to meet you. When the flame died, the power that kept this place safe was gone with it. Those who remained had to find refuge elsewhere. We hurried back once we saw the smoke rising. It is all happening just as was foretold. Sorry that you had to see this place in such a mess. It should be easier to navigate now. Well, if it weren't for these blight thorns. Speaking of which, the Midiri would like a word with you. It seems like he has a plan. So, you'll notice that our statues that are in the sort of main area of the hub, they have now started to light up. You'll notice that they correspond with the spirits that we connected with in our run there, and we can now interact with the statues. and you'll see that we have a number of different skill trees. So these are skill trees and skills that will last you throughout your runs. You're not selecting one spirit per run, you have access to all of these skills. We haven't connected with Sharbora or Kellerman, but you can see that each spirit has their own tree. The first one here is Salesh, and you can see right away air superiority. Airborne enemies receive +5 damage and are stunned for 10% longer by your attacks. We can also start runs with bonus gold, or bonus dust even. I was reading golden rebirth there. But then of course we've also got things that don't just increase sort of stats. So for example, Radiant Rewind, when you get hit, your essence multiplier is cut in half instead of resetting. We also have kind of active abilities that I'll show you. Hop, you can bounce on certain enemies by jumping while directly above them, briefly stunning them. So this will allow you to keep your combos going while you fight. So I think I'm going to take that one. I think that's a good one to start. And of course that unlocks more of the tree. The next one, we've got Swift Daze. Bouncing on a stunned enemy using Hop also deals damage and resets the dash, so you can imagine the aerial combat that can come from there. And of course we can also check out Mishved. Always endure a killing blow with 1 health if your health was at least 10% prior. Frozen Flame, your essence multiplier will not decay. And Bone Chilling Launch, your launcher deals extra damage to stunned enemies. So each spirit has their own skill tree, and you know that's going to get more and more fleshed out as we progress. But we're going to speak to the Mediary now, and I'll be able to dash through these Blight Thorns. You are here, and not a moment too soon. I've been anticipating your arrival, Omen Forged.
Sure.
Entrust any recollection of your former self into the void, for you are now reborn. The task at hand is all that matters. However, before you leave, I have a request for you. As you can imagine, these dark thorns don't belong here. Now that the perennial flame is rekindled, it is time to banish them. So we now can select an ordinance to destroy the blight thorns, clear the dark thorns that are corrupting the sanctum using the power of the perennial flame. So we'll select that, and you'll notice that the blight thorns disappear. Like you, I have a bond with the divine spirits. It is only natural to enjoy its benefits. Bring esoteric scrolls to me and I shall aid you with more ordinances straight from above. This is their will. Now go. You must reach the brink and unseal the gate. I'm afraid that is our only option. Do not fear death, for you were severed from your mortality. I shall await your return. So to give you an idea of what sort of things the Mediary can also do, I have faith in you, you must keep going or the blight will consume us all. So here's the different ordinances that are available. So it's another shop that you can spend esoteric scrolls at. Ethereal sandstones will cause more dust to appear in rooms. And we can also unlock new rooms entirely. So the hallowed ground may appear as a room in the outskirts. You touch the monument and you can restore health. So you can progressively increase your chances of survival in each region by unlocking rooms that can benefit your runs. We also have the Smith now open. So let's go and speak to him. The Runesmith. Decided to take on the mantle, eh? Or was it fate that brought you here? Either way, I don't believe in coincidences. Speaking of chance, if you happen to find any combat runes, we can use them to awaken more weapons. Let's keep the formal introductions for later. You should make haste. So you can see that we can now upgrade weapons. We have the combat rune, we've got one at the moment, and we could use it to upgrade our existing weapon, the Battle Hammer Axe. We've got the Perfect Launcher Plus. So this weapon's perfect launcher remains available for a little longer after fully charging. You also have radiant damage upgrades. You can temporarily increase this weapon's attack and launcher damage in regional shrines. And we'll show you the regional shrines a bit later on. The description there says, appears in the first room of each region beyond the outskirts. Spend your essence there to power up your weapon. And you can see that we've also got other weapons available. So we can unlock the Sisterhood Gauntlets, a weapon crafted by giants during the Old War, designed for optimal velocity. Those who master it can inflict punishment at incredible speeds. It's unclear what exactly granted sentience to these tools of destruction, but it seems like they're not about to rest anytime soon. We also have the Astral Cord Bow, which is unavailable in this demo, but will be available during our early access, which launches in March of this year. This bow's string was woven from the fabric that separates the earth and the sky, its limbs crafted from the soul of a fallen Brink Guardian. It was handed to the High Priestess years ago as a gift from the Divine Spirits, representing the boundaries and alliances that the Spirits and the Perennial Order have established. However, it also served as a warning against the destined greed of humanity and the ensuing disaster. Alas, once an arrow is shot, it cannot be diverted from its intended course, such is the power of fate. So I think we will unlock the Sisterhood Gauntlets and we'll go and do a run with that. But you'll see that as we have more weapons, more upgrades, you can see that there's a completely different feel to the Sisterhood Gauntlets. There's a lot faster. There's a lot more emphasis on speed. You can do some good moves with them, and of course you can also do air attacks as well. You can do downwards air. This is probably my favourite attack in the game. I love the hand drill that forms. It's really cool. And of course we can do upwards air attacks as well. If I can get there we go. Boom. So you can see that we can still do quite a lot with the gauntlets. So let's begin our run, this time with a new weapon to show. And you can see right away we're getting into more rats. So we had our first run, which I think the first room only had a single rat in it. Now it knows that we're playing the game and we're good to go. So here is a new spirit. We've got Kellerman. We've got Howling Bolt. Your bolt is a howl that deals damage in a radius around you and inflicts wounded 3 times for 3 seconds. We can upgrade our launcher ability with wounded. And we also have Occultation, which is enemies that overlap one another receive bonus damage from your attack, launcher and bolt. I think to start I'm going to select the Howling Bolt. We'll go with that. And we'll show that off. And we'll go to the Vitality Crest. There we go. So we're now getting into the rooms that are a little bit busier when we start. And we'll see how the gauntlets perform. I think the gauntlets are a personal favourite of mine. So we can do the wall splat and fire enemies and ricochet them off walls and all that good stuff. Oh. Got to avoid those projectiles. Boom. And we've got a statue of Meta there, and we will go... We'll go with the Dormant Ember. And we'll collect a Vitality Crest, which increases our max health overall. We won't go for another Vitality Crest, instead we will go for the Relic Chest. We'll see what relic we can get this time. You can see how big that Elite Scorpion is compared to the normal enemy. And it's got an aggressive tail that we've got to try and avoid. But yeah, they can definitely take a hit. And there's our bolt from Kellerman. We can use that to add critical damage. There we go. And we'll see what we can do with the combo counter there, because you'll notice that with the combo counter we have a red bar beside it, and that's slowly increasing. And when we get to a certain point, that will grant us an essence. This is the pneumatic drill, which increases the sweet spot damage by 20%. So sweet spot is borrowed from a lot of platform fighter games. Each weapon has its own perfect kind of sweet spot, and if you land hits with it, you'll get a bonus to your attack. So we've got relics that also upgrade some of the kind of core bits of the game. We'll take down these vermin. Looks like this is a vermin cave or something like that. There's a lot of them. And we've now got a new spirit. We've got Sharbora. So we've got a different realm of dash. We've got impervious dash. Your dash deals damage to enemies and destroys most projectiles, remain invincible longer during the dash as well. You've also got camping, so you deal more damage to enemies that are further away. So if you've got a bolt or ranged heavy builds, you can use that. And winds of change. When you're hit, deal damage to nearby enemies in a small radius. I think I'm going to take the impervious dash. And you can see that we've got a kind of a natural green shield that we can now use in our dash. We'll go up to the Vitality Crest. And we're going to battle our way through there. The Locust Kicks are always one to watch out for. I suppose it's also worth mentioning that we have multi-directional dashes, so it's not just left and right. You can dash upwards, you can dash diagonally as well. I'll give you an example. There we go. And we'll see what this Locust's up to. There we go. And we've got some more max health. So where to now? I think I'm going to go for the dust deposit. I think, because we'll try and buy some good stuff at the shop. Ah, carnage, right up against the wall. You can see there that my combo bonus is ×2 at the moment, which I think means well, until I get hit. I was going to say, I think that means that I'm playing pretty well, but spoke too soon. Cool, so we've just picked up some dust, and we will now go to Kellerman. And there we have an elite slab roller. One thing I really like about the gauntlets is the ability to do really cool air attacks. Because you can start to really juggle people in the air, which is good fun. So being able to move about a room and like manage where the enemies can get is really important. It definitely helps make sure that you're not stuck up against a wall and getting attacked by everyone. Nice. We'll go for a scroll this time. And we will collect a Spirit Blessing for Kellerman. So, Rending Launcher. Your launcher deals more damage and inflicts 2 stacks of wounded on enemies for 6 seconds. We've got Sharp Claws. Gain a base chance to deal critical damage. And we've got Occultation, which we also had the opportunity to start. I think I'm going to upgrade my launcher at this point. And we'll jump through here. Ah, and what's this? So we've now got the option to continue on as normal. We had the relic chest, we had the luminous gem, but let's pay a visit to the hidden rift that has just opened on the map. So we've discovered one of the hidden rifts. The blight has penetrated the realm beyond and created a hidden rift. To defeat the enemy, you must knock it into the edges of the room 3 times before it escapes. Watch out, if you touch the edges of the room, you'll be ejected from the rift immediately. So some of you might immediately recognise this as being very similar to some of the platform fighter games out there. And this is very much where the inspiration was from. We've got a % counter above the enemy, so it shows you how much knockback they're taking. We've also got a timer. This is a mini timed challenge to kind of reap the rewards. Oh, I nearly got him out there. Let's see. Come on. Ah, you got me. Right, get out of there. Boom. Okay, so that's number 1. So you've got to do this 3 times, but you'll see in the bottom of the screen that we've already unlocked one of the rewards. And wow, that was pretty powerful. Must have caught him at the sweet spot. That was good. Right, let's go. We've got one more to do. Oh no! Come on. Got to be careful not to fall myself. Ah, we're so close. I've only got 30 seconds left, or less than that. Oh, come on. Ah, he's got me a couple of times with that attack. One more. There we go. Hey, nice. So, because we've done that, we can now kind of reap the rewards. We have a luminous gem, so we can upgrade one of our blessings that we currently have. I think I'm going to upgrade the launcher. We've also got another vitality crest, which is great, and you'll see here that we can collect one of the essences. And we have 2 more to choose from. I think I'm going to lean towards Celeste here. And we'll see how we go. But yeah, so that was the hidden rifts, and you can see that they can appear randomly throughout your runs. So it depends if you feel like you're up for the challenge. You can see that the evil elite fly, they can pack a punch for sure. We've got multiple projectiles. Let's go. Nice. Boom. And I'm going to go for a Dormant Ember here. And we'll collect a Spirit Blessing, and we'll see what Celeste has to offer. So, Scorching Attack. Our attack deals more damage and inflicts burns. Ethereal even, bounty. You gain additional dust from all sources. And then, of course, there's the Wings of Flame. I'm gonna go for the attack this one. I'm used to doing the rapid punches, so we can now have a flame. You can see that the fists have changed to have fire behind them, which is cool. And we are now on to the Celestial Exchange. Now, we do have quite a bit of dust to spend, so we'll go... Let's go with Shard Bora. And we'll get... So we've got Twister, become poised and spin rapidly, inflicting damage and pulling enemies in. Aim while spinning to move around. Whenever you recover health, gain bonus damage until you're hit, or reduce incoming damage from all sources. I think I'm going to go for the Twister ability, and I'll give you a wee demo of it here. So you can do the Twister, and that'll damage enemies nearby. I'll also get a health upgrade. And let's go, we're back at the boss. We'll see if I'm up to the challenge. Let's find out. I guess things weren't clear enough last time. Oh god, she's making fun of me. This is the end of the road for you. Okay, it's on. Let's go. And you can see there, the moment we've broken our armor, she's a bit easier to combo. Oh, that's an attack. So yeah, she also re-armors, so she's a powerful lady. Okay, oh. There we go. Even if you make it in time, it's already too late. The blight is all around us and the gate is sealed. Ugh, that feeling again. It's been a while. This isn't over. And she's dropped an essence for us, so we will take that essence. We now have 5, and we'll go to the next region. And here we are. Welcome to the Viridian Trail. After fighting a boss, we've put a kind of healing pillar there that you can heal at, and we can speak to this woman, who is one of the shrine keepers. And you'll notice that she has 4 arms, not unlike the gauntlets that I am currently using. Yet again, the old flame hungers. Incinerate essence and you shall be rewarded. And what we have here is our enchantment slots. So with the essence that we've earned, we can now enchant the weapon that we currently have for this run. We have the ability to add enchantments, and we also, if you look at the bottom left of the screen there, we can unlock damage upgrades once we have unlocked it from the runesmith. So we will get our first enchantment. So this is the Flowing Fist. When you slay an enemy using your attack or launcher, all cooldowns are advanced by 25%. We can also get a second enchantment, which we'll do just now. Primed Power. When you land all hits in your attack combo, your next launcher or bolt deals 150% plus damage. What I'll do to show you is, because we can also re-roll them, we have the ability to re-roll these, and I do have the essence that can pay for it. I don't have the essence for the third enchantment slot, but we will re-roll this first one, and we get Sucker Punch. Attacks or launchers that strike enemies from behind have 30% stun duration and deal 50% shield damage. And this is one of the regional shrines, so we can now exit and continue on with our journey. And we have a choice of spirits again. Let's go for... I'm thinking I'm gonna go for Selesh. Yeah, let's go Selesh. And let's use that Twister ability right off the bat, because we've got a whole new different set of enemies to fight. And I'm going to be careful of these guys. There we go. Boom. So let's see what Selesh has for us. So Selesh has Spread Fire. When you slay burned enemies, they pass their burn stacks on. Tabula Rasa. Deal bonus damage at the start of combat rooms, but the effect decreases by 5% every second. Or Incandescence. When your essence multiplier is above 1.5, deal area damage that inflicts burn for 2 seconds every second. Let's go for Tabula Rasa. Again, we can't turn down an epic. Let's go for a relic chest, because there's other relics out there. We'll have a wee look to see if there's something else. Might be better than the one that we currently have. And I think I'm going to go with the scroll for this one, and we'll see what's in the chest. So we have Thorn Bracelets. You deal 40% damage while at 30% health or less, but we get 2 air jumps and 37% shield damage. So we can swap that if we want, as opposed to this pneumatic drill, which doesn't have any bonuses on it. So we can swap it out, and then we can hold to destroy it, and we get a bonus essence for destroying one of the relics. Let's go for... yeah, let's go for Dust, actually. Let's see, and 1, 2, 3, boom. That's a rapid combo. We've got one of the other new enemies here, so we've also got a handy trap that can potentially get people caught in an infinite loop. But it allows us to start using the environment to damage enemies as well, which is really cool. Oh, we've got another hidden rift. I've got to. It's pulling me in. And you'll see that we actually have different types of hidden rift enemies. So the first one was slightly bigger. This one's way more agile and fast. So you've got to be on your toes for this one. Boom. Oh, the projectiles get you as well. That's a good diagonal kick that we've got. We're close. There we go. So that percentage shows the amount of knockback that the enemy will actually receive. So very, very similar to some of the platform fighter games you might be familiar with. But we also think that if you've never played a platform fighter before, this offers a very handy introduction. Cool, so we've got Selesh Solar Genesis. Enemies are inflicted with stacks of burn for 5 seconds when they spawn into a room. Nice. Flare Up, when inflicting a stackable status effect on enemies, there is a chance to apply an additional stack. And Incandescence, which burns enemies if we get our combo up to over 1.5. I quite like the idea of Solar Genesis, so I'm going to go with that. I am also going to get a Kellerman one. So while your assist is on cooldown, you deal bonus critical damage. Nice. You get a Sharp Claws, increase your base chance to deal criticals. And Absolute Magnitude, your essence multiplier can be increased beyond its standard limit, up to 2.3. Quite like the sound of that. I'm going to go with that one. And we get more essence too. So we'll exit this room. And let's go to the... Let's go to the shop, actually. We've got some money to spend. Let's go for the Kellerman again. So Kellerman offers Lunar Terminator. Gradually deal more damage to enemies the closer they are to half of their max health. Open Wounds deal bonus critical damage per stack of wounded applied to the enemy. And Moon Song is while your assist is on cooldown, you deal bonus critical damage, but that's epic. And I'm going to take that one because it's very good. I don't think I need too much health at the moment. We'll maybe save our money for another shop later on. Let's go with Selesh. Here's one of our Boonbug enemies that fire projectiles, exploding projectiles. And they can definitely catch you out. I realise now that I probably should have taken the health. Nice. There we go. Chewed up and spat out by the plant trap. Bird of Prey, after you air jump, gain increased cooldown speed until you land or touch a wall. That'll be great for people who are really good at aerial combos. I think I need to work up to it myself. But let's go with that. But Flare Up, and of course you've got Ethereal Bounty. You gain additional dust from all sources. One day I will pronounce ethereal right. Let's go with Navalik now. Caught me out there. There's so many of them. They're all spinning towards me. Okay, let's go. Need to try and watch out for the explosions. Disaster. But what you'll see there is that we now have more upgrades, and we've now unlocked the trees for Sharbora and Kellerman. So we can now upgrade that. Divine Protection is one of them, so after you get hit you're protected from further damage for a short duration. I think I will take that. And we've also, so High Alert is for Kellerman. Your essence multiplier is preserved for 1 more second without hitting enemies before starting to decay. So that's another way that you can do it. I think I'm going to go for Air Superiority though. We'll go with that. And we also have some esoteric scrolls to spend. So let's see what the Mid-Area has to offer us. Death is but a distant memory of a vague concept. You're not among the living anymore. How else would you think to enter the brink without expediting what you were set out to prevent? Now that the perennial flame is kindled, it can be strengthened using dormant embers. Skills acquired through the perennial flame will stay with you even after you perish. Make your choices prudently. So we're going to unlock the Hallowed Ground, because that will give us a bit more health. And we'll get Ethereal Sandstones. Got it right that time. So we should see, possibly some of this stuff start to appear. And I'm going to go back to our starting weapon and we'll see if we can do another run. I'm keen to get to the Viridian Trail boss. Let's see how we go. Boom. So for Sharbora, let's go... I think this run I'm not going to try and use a lot of Sharbora's like attack stuff, so the benefits from Sharbora are pretty good. So reduce incoming damage from all sources. If there's one person that needs it, it's me, so I'll go with that. And I will start with a Vitality Crest. I'll see if I can increase my health. Let's see if I can get enough health that I can actually see myself through to the boss at the end of the Viridian Trail. So boom, boom. Again, that wall smash does a lot of work. Let's go with more Dormant Ember. 25 plus max health, pretty good. Right, Navalik next. I really like Navalik's attacks. It's a personal favourite of mine. Navalik's dash is probably one of my favourites. Boom. Again, I love the amount of damage you can do with that wall splat. There we go. So let's go with the Voltaic Launcher. That's what we're going to go with. So that'll power up our battery. Let's see. Let's go with the Relic Chests. Let's see this electric launcher in action. Nice. Those elite rats are always a bit of a challenge, because they can keep you pinned down in a certain area with those projectiles. Let's go there. There's one thing this stream has made me think about. It's the amount of times I say boom. Here we have another relic. This is an Ether Stone. Anytime you heal, gain 30% of the health restored as dust. That's handy. I'm going to go wide and go out to the side so I can get some more spirits, so I'll do that. And as you can see, after buying that upgrade from the meteorite, you see that we've got the ability to break open that rock that I just destroyed, and we'll get some bonus dust, which is super helpful. More dust, more stuff to spend at the shop. More benefits. Oh, there we go. It's cool, so that's another plus 25, that's good. We've got 150 health now, which is decent. Ah, you can't run from me. You can't escape. Our combos are through the roof. That +2 or ×2 even is doing pretty well. There we go. And we get some more dust for that. Excellent. Right, where to now? I think we're kind of leaning towards a Navalik build at the moment, so we're gonna get as many. We're gonna try and get as close to Navalik as possible. We're gonna get all of Navalik's spirits. That's our focus. First two runs were a bit of mixing and matching, but you can also go for a pure one spirit build. That's another option. A lot of their spirits complement each other, so you can chain together some really cool combos. I think the amount of enemies on screen is really good, because it allows me to chain together some wild combos as well. Let's go for... I'm always a Dormant Ember. I do like a Dormant Ember. Ah, now we've got Navalek's other bolts. We've got Navalek's bolt that we've not seen yet, so I might grab that. Your bolt chains to nearby enemies, dealing area damage, and you gain electrified for 3 seconds. Thunderclap is whenever you jump from the ground while electrified, you'll deal damage to nearby enemies. And then you've got the voltaic attack. Let's go for the chain lightning bolt. And we will see that in action very shortly. Oh, I'm going to go the Hidden Rift again. Ah, brilliant. And now we've got another type of enemy, another blight enemy that's hidden in the Hidden Rifts. They are tankier. This is a big guy, is all I'm saying. He's big. And there we go. First out. Let's see. Yeah, we're doing a 1v1, so the chain attack on the... Oh, this platform is quite high up. We can probably get him. Oh, come on. There we go. And... Can I, like, spin him out? Come on. So close. Boom. There we go. Cool, so now we get the spirits from all of the surrounding tiles, which is good. So we've got Adamant Attack, which I'm not going to go for, I don't think. We're not doing an attack with Shambora. We're trying to I think we'll go for the Zealous Heart. We get all healing sources are more effective, and we gain plus 10 max health. That's good. For Kellerman, your dash deals damage twice. I quite like that. I think we're going to go with that. Occultation allows us to... enemies that overlap, we do bonus damage. And then Lunar Terminator, when it gets close to halfway, their health, we deal more damage. I'm going to go with the dash, though. You can see we do a kind of like wolf claw attack. And we'll go with Navalek there. Whoa, that locust came out of nowhere. Yeah, they can jump right across the arena as well and really catch you off. Right, let's see if I can use that. There we go. So we've got the chain bolt, chain lightning, very useful, especially when there's a lot of enemies on screen. Let's see if we can get I'm gonna see if I can try and get a good one. There we go. That elite rat is really good at dodging your attacks, and let's try not to get stuck in a corner. That'd be good. Let's go. Cool. Nice, and boom. Electrifying a vermin. Let's go with another esoteric scroll. Let's see what Navalek has to offer. Your chain lightning bolt deals more damage and pulls enemies along its path. Sorry, my eyes were immediately drawn to magnetize there. We can also upgrade our attack, or we can do thunderclap, which makes us electrified. I think I'm going to go with magnetize though. Sounds pretty powerful. And we have the Celestial Exchange, so I will buy... I'll buy a blessing from Sharbora actually. And we'll take camping, and we'll take the health, and we've actually got enough to buy the luminous gem as well. We will clear the store out. I'm going to upgrade the boat, so we can upgrade existing stuff with the luminous gems. There we go. So it's true then, the perennial flame's been rekindled. I know what you're trying to do, no matter. You cannot stop us. You're just a pawn, nameless and expendable. Let me show you. There we go. Right, let's see how fast I can do this. As you can see though, she's got a very wide-ranging moveset. There's a lot of variety to it, and like it, you know, I think it keeps you on your toes. And she's got a dash, just like you. And that is definitely one of our most powerful attacks. She wants some peace and quiet so she can re-armor properly, so you end up just dodging all of the swords falling from the sky. Oh man, she's re-armored twice now. And if a well-timed dash, you can get through it. There we go. Boom. It was the electricity that helped there. That feeling again. Okay, Viridian Trail. Let's see if I can beat my previous run. We might even get to the boss. So we can now also do enchantments, and you can see it's slightly different per weapon. You fall slower while charging your launcher in the air. Any launcher you hit while airborne will deal 30 damage. Holding the launcher also increases power, building up to 100% bonus damage when fully charged. I think I'm going to re-roll that first one. Ravenous Launcher. When you slay enemies with your launcher, you'll recover 1% health. That's good. Right, let's go for Vitality Crest. And we're in the Viridian Trail now. I think the contrast between going from the outskirts, which is like, you know, desert, to like lush jungle is really nice. Let's get some dust, because there's a shop up ahead. We might as well try and see what we've got. Ah, and here's a new enemy. We've not seen this enemy in the run yet. This is a Ronin Shroom. And they have a very long attack. That, if you're not careful, they can actually catch you out with. Okay, let's see. Nearly got him. There we go. And we've got boom bugs. Nice. That was the boom bug that did that damage there. I think we're going to go Navalik. We're just going to keep on upgrading. Here's another one. We've got Shroom Biters. Oh. Nice. I do love that. So that's the electric bolt from Navalik combined with Magnetize. And it just pulls the enemies into the mix. So let's see if I can get this right. There we go. So it pulls them all together so they overlap. So you can imagine this would combine really well with the Kellerman's upgrade blessing that allows you to do more damage to when they're stacked on top of each other. Let's go for a combat room. And we will... Let's go for increased movement speed. We're going to do that. So now we move a little bit faster. We'll be able to jump around rooms a lot more. And let's go with Celestial Exchange. And we're going to buy the Navalik one. We're going to get all of Navalik's blessings. That's the goal. Ooh. You know what? I'm actually thinking we'll get the Voltaic Attack. We don't have an upgrade, or we don't have any blessing assigned to our normal attack yet, so we might as well grab that. And we don't need the health. That'd be a little bit of a waste of money at the moment. Oh. I think he's managed to get himself caught. To be honest, that's just natural selection. that bird getting caught in the trap there. Ah, and here's another one of the newer enemies. We've got the Rose Warrior. That has... Let's see. Has the longest thorn that can they can get you with. Nice. And let's see what Navalik has to offer. You gain increased cooldown speed for each active electrified stack. We've got the Lightning Strike, which is the assist. We also have Adrenaline Rush. I quite like the idea of Adrenaline Rush. We're going to be the fastest character in the game. Ah, here we go, another Hidden Rift. I think I'm going to avoid that this time. I'm going to go and try and get Kellerman in the top left. I'm interested to see what combos we can do with Kellermans. Boom. And here we've got elite versions of the enemies here. We've got an elite monkey coming towards us. The design on that elite monkey is just terrifying. It's got like a demonic skull face. We've got a talented art team. Let's go for when you're hit, deal damage to nearby enemies in a small radius. And we'll go for the relic chest as well. And we'll pick up some more dust. Whoa! Gotta be really careful with these guys. And we've also got an elite bird there, and a rose warrior. We're getting busy. Right, this boom bug needs dealt with. Those boom bug projectiles really push you around the room, so it's good to try and take them out and prioritise. We'll go with Dormant Ember. And, oh, interesting. So Celestial exchange items cost 50% less dust. That's excellent. We also get 2 air jumps and 30 bolt damage. Compared to any time you heal, you gain 30% of the health restored as dust. I think I'm going to destroy that, and we'll take the new one, because it'll allow us to jump more. We'll do Kellerman. Got Ronin Shroom. That was lethal. I think the speed of the Ronin Shroom really makes you think and move and avoid. It's one of those enemies that you almost want to leave until the very end, just so you can have the full attention. Oh, there we go. That's that enemy. And come on, Ronin Shroom. Boom. There we go. Nice. And Kellerman, we've got, Kellerman's Moonscar. Leap diagonally upwards, enemies hit receive 3 stacks of wounded for 5 seconds, follow up with a downward slash, cooldowns 8 seconds. We've also got the chance to upgrade the critical damage and also the overlap. I'm going to choose Moonscar though, because it's really cool. I like Moonscar a lot. And here we are at the Celestial Exchange. And we've got loads of money and we've got a discount at the shop. So we're going to go with Spirit Blessing there. Mishfed. You deal bonus damage when striking undamaged enemies. You gain more essence. The next Spirit Blessing you'll find has offers of increased rarity. And gain bonus damage for 3 seconds after you're hit or after breaking an enemy's shield. I think I'm going to go with Polar Fissure. We're also going to get Navalik as well. Thunderclap is when you jump from the ground while electrified, you'll deal damage to enemies. When you're hit, for Shock Absorber, when you're hit, advance all cooldown times and become electrified. Or your Essence Multiplier increases faster and can't drop below 1.1. That's interesting. And you get a multiplier increase speed. That's cool. So let's go. I'm going to go with Shock Absorber, I think. And I'm going to buy that health. And here we are. Let's see how we do against the boss fight here. You have made it this far. Impressive. Unfortunately, we can't let you advance any further. Yeah, there is nothing out there for you, literally. So that would be kind of embarrassing. Ready your weapon. And here we are fighting the Dark Trinity, who all have different skills. One's got a Biden, and the other has a bow, and the other one's got a kind of long samurai sword. And they all hit a lot. So definitely a different dynamic than the first boss. Fighting 3 of them. So well-timed dashes are essential. You heard it here. Dashing through attacks is always a good idea. And jump. Ah, come on. Oh, hit twice. Okay, so one of them got taken down there. And oh, both of them are... The essence from one of the bosses gets taken to the other. Oh no. Right, let's see if I can take out the swordsman next. Yep, there we go. Oh. Oh no. Oh, well-timed dash there. Oh no, I've got no health. I've got no health! I've got no health. There we go. And you'll see that I've got a couple of dormant embers to spend, so we can go with that. Let's see. Frozen Flame, your essence multiplier will not decay while outside of combat. That's a really good one. So the combo counter does initially decline until you get this. So I'm just going to buy that outright. And we'll see if there's anything that the media can offer us. Don't think so at this point. But we'll also unlock one of the upgrades on the weapons. So we will increase our radiant damage upgrades, which will allow us to spend essence to increase our damage output at the regional shrines where the giantess can enchant our weapons. And I think now is a good time to take a little break. But thank you very much for watching the demo. If you liked what you see, do consider playing the demo now. It's available on Steam throughout Next Fest. And we're also going to be launching an early access in March, so a couple of weeks away, and we're very, very excited for it. So you'll get to see a lot more of the game then, and you can support us throughout our early access. Thank you very much for your time, folks, and I will see you again shortly. Thank you.